Welcome to welcome to our Breakfast Club call. My name is Pamela Pacheco, and I have the absolute honor, pleasure, and privilege of being your host every Thursday morning. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you are joining us once again, welcome home. I remember when I first started entrepreneurship, I was looking forward to these type of calls, not only for the information I was going to receive, but for the inspiration I was going to receive. I always have understood that our subconscious mind is open the most in the morning and at night, and garbage in is garbage out. Greatness in is greatness out. So kudos to each and every single one of you that decided to start off your morning with some positivity, with some light this morning. We got tons of you joining in. As I mentioned, I am in the Dominican Republic. It is my grandmother's 90th birthday. So we are celebrating, and so pardon the technical difficulties, but no matter where I'm at in the world, we do our best to not miss a beat with our community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you were on the call last week, we spoke about the importance of building your brand. We spoke about so many different things, as to building your brand is not only something that benefits you in your business, whether it's you're building your secret business, whether you are building other businesses, whether you have a career, but building your brand just helps you in every aspect of our lives. It opens doors, opportunities. So if you missed that, make sure you go check it out on our Chosen Global YouTube page. So today, what I want to talk about, as I mentioned, we are talking of, it is my grandmother's 90th birthday. So one of the things that I want to talk to you guys about today is the importance of legacy. If you are that person that's like, I know it is important to build a legacy, type a L in the chat. Where are my legacy builders? Awesome, 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 awesome. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about when we're talking about building a legacy, right? And if you guys could hear me and see me okay, type a 1 in the chat. Awesome. Great, great, great. So one of the things that when it comes to building a legacy that we are all, focused in, and it was interesting because I was having a conversation with one of our great leaders and mentors, and a lot of you guys know Mr. Roscoe Taylor and Blue Diamond 250 Squared. Him and Michelle, absolute power couples. And if you don't know the Taylors, you're going to get to know them. Make sure you are at training in Playbook in Orlando. So one of those things that when it comes to building a legacy that, I tell him, we were talking about how that it is important for us that we're building passive income. It is important for us as we're networking. How do we kind of just let people know exactly what it is that we're doing? So one of those things is I told him, I said, I love when I go to networking events, I ask realtors, and I'm going to give y'all some bonus training. Type of B in the chat for some bonus training this morning. We're going to kick it off early. And one of those things is I say, hey, whether you're a realtor, whether you are a doctor, whatever it is that you're saying, I said, how do you build residual? How do you build residual income in between escrows? If I'm talking to a realtor, what are you doing to build residual income in between escrows? Or if I'm talking to, let's say, a doctor or surgeon, so what do you do in between surgeries to build passive income? What do you do in between whatever their profession of expertise is? What do you do in between expertise to build passive income? Why is that? Well, passive income is one of those things, and if you're taking notes, I'm going to go through a few quick things as to the importance of building passive income. Obviously, the number one that why a lot of us build passive income is because of the financial security, right? Passive income provides a steady stream of money, of income, even when you're not actively working. You're offering a safety net during unexpected financial challenges. It can be a job loss. It can be a loss of a family member. It can be a loss of a loved one. It can be anything that you're dealing with, but that passive income is going to give you financial security. This is one of the reasons that you'll see myself, along with other people, that we do things outside of secret. However, we will never stop building this community, building passive income, because we can pass this down to our children's children, right? This is generational wealth, and we'll get into that in a second. But so that is the number one reason, right? That we build passive income. Again, what do you do in between escrows to build passive income? What do you do in between closings to build passive income? I talk to a lot of artists sometimes that when I'm out networking. So what do you do in between music shows? What do you do in between songs to build passive income? Because the world as we know it it's shifting. The biggest shift of currency is taking place right now in the history. So when people think that, the prices are going up, and this is just as the prices are going up, make sure that your skill sets go up. Make sure that your mindset is going up as well, because all of these things are going to come into play. So another reason why we build passive income: freedom. Everybody type a F in the chat for freedom. Where are my freedom fighters, right? Freedom, freedom and flexibility, because passive income gives us the freedom to pursue other interests. It gives us the freedom to spend time with our family. It gives us the freedom to travel, right? Like you guys, I, again, not to rub it in, I am live from the Dominican Republic. I'm doing this with you guys not because I have to, but because I get to. How beautiful is it that I have the freedom to be in an whole another country, to come here on a one way and leave whenever I'm tired. Obviously, I'm going back home early because we got training coming up this week and I am not going to miss it. But freedom and flexibility, it gives us also the freedom to start new ventures. It also gives us the freedom to tithe more. I want to be the number one tither I know. I want to get to the point where I am tithing 7 figures a month. Yes, you heard it here first, right? That is one of my biggest things. And I want to have the freedom to do that. But obviously, I need to have more passive income coming in to do that. So, and this also gives you the freedom and flexibility that if, let's say, you are going through some life changes and you're having another child, or you're having your first child, or you are, you're shifting careers. Well, when you got passive income, can we say that it gives us not only the freedom but the flexibility to do anything or take on life's transitions without worrying about traditional employment constraints and things of that nature? Absolutely. So let's move right along, and if you're getting value from this, type a B in the chat. Another reason why we build passive income: wealth building. Passive income allows you to accumulate wealth over time. This wealth that you're accumulating, you can invest it in other investments. You can invest it in real estate. You can invest it in business ventures. It can help you achieve long-term financial goals and build generational wealth that is going to outlive you. Diversification. If you do not know what diversification means, right? It just means that you're diversifying your options. Relying solely on a traditional job for income, it can be risky. See, a lot of people, I remember, and if you're brand new here, I come from a commercial banking background. I have a master's in international business and finance, and I was your financial girl with the Series 6, Series 7, 63, all of these things, 215. And a lot of people were like, that's crazy that you're doing this type of business, right? You're entering the industry of network marketing. How risky. And I'm looking at them like, do y'all see what kind of world we're living in? Because it is riskier for me to only depend on one thing. See, I remember seeing so many people getting laid off when the economy crashed in 2008. I remember even then, after, when people were getting laid off front, right, and center. And I'm talking about they dedicated their lives, the majority of their lives, 20, 30 years of their lives to a career. And again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I believe that in diversification, that's where you're going. In Spanish, is like, when you have diversification, te puedes divertir, right? It means that when you have diversification, you can have more fun, you can have more experiences, because that is what's going to give you freedom without worrying. And it also is going to reduce your dependency on any single source and enhancing you having financial resilience. So the more diversified that you are, and I tell people, look, I love when people tell me I don't have time. I love that. And I got this shout out to the best sponsors in the world, Josh and Kia Valentine. And I love that when, I got this from Josh a few years ago and I've been using it ever since, right? You don't need to copy average. You don't need to invent average. You can copy genius, guys. Bonus training for y'all. So I remember him telling somebody, this business is perfect for people that don't have time. This business is perfect for people that don't have a lot of money. Why? Because it is a low barrier to entry, right? You're talking about only less, you're talking about 150 really now that you can get started in $1 billion business. But I love the fact that people that don't have a lot of time do great here. Why? I was one of those people. I was working 70 plus hours a week, sometimes 80. I didn't even know a human can work that many hours in a week at the bank. So when I understood what leverage is, I said, wow, that is why it's better for you to have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of your own. And that leverage is what's allowed me to live my life to the fullest. It's interesting because my uncle is here from Puerto Rico, my mom's youngest brother. He's been a police officer in Puerto Rico for 20 plus years now, and he is retired, and he's like building condos underneath his home. And he was just like, man, I would need somebody to come. And I was like, yeah, I can go. I was like, just let me know and I'll plan it ahead of time. He's like, you don't got to take time. You don't got to like check in with your boss. I was like, I am my own boss. And he was like, really? I said, yeah, I've been my own boss for going on. It just made 9 years on January 8th that I left the banking world. I haven't clocked into anybody in 9 years. He was like, wow, I didn't know. I was like, yeah. He's like, absolutely. I would love your help with automating this and this, not all these things. But it's interesting because I'm not the person that likes to glow. I just live my life. So people that are my blood don't even realize what I do for a living. They sometimes don't even realize that I am free as can be. And it is because I have built passive income. So highly, highly, highly recommended. Here's another reason why passive income just makes sense. Retirement planning. Passive income can supplement or replace traditional retirement savings, providing ongoing income during retirement years and potentially allowing for an even earlier retirement. And my uncle, him being retired from the police force, is interesting because we were just talking about, his retirement as he is building these apartments. It's for what? To have passive income. He's like, but the risk lies that you don't know the tenants, and here goes me. Yeah, Theo, that's why you need to have another source of passive income. We got to talk so you can really know what it is that I'm doing. Because I understand that the more passive income you have, the better you are. The more passive income you have, the happier you're going to be. Why? Because Murphy's Law, good old Uncle Murph, what can happen at the wrong time will happen without us even wanting it to, without us even planning for it, none of that stuff. So it's us understanding, okay, you're planning for the what ifs. Now, overall, building passive income is absolutely essential, not only for our financial independence, but creating opportunities for personal growth and ensuring a more secure financial future. So, how about building a legacy? Where are those people that are like, well, what is the importance of building a legacy? And as I reflect, my grandmother's 90th birthday, and if you've been friends with me for a long time, or if you've been following me on social media, you know that every year for over 10 years, I come for my grandmother's birthday because family matters. And it is one of the most important things, if not, after God, it is the most important thing for me. And I love that, the legacies that she's built. And legacy is so significant. One of them is for the impact, right? Creating a legacy allows you to leave a lasting impact on the world, whether it is through charitable contributions, whether it is through philanthropy, whether it is through positive societal change. And therefore, you're shaping future generations. May God rest my mom's soul in peace. I get messages every single day from the impact that my mom has had in people's lives, from the impact that she continues to have in her community, from the impact that she continues to have in our family, from the impact that she continues to have in lives around the world. And that's one of the reasons why it has been a passion of ours to build the foundation to help more people, to educate more people, to take more children around the world, to educate children around the world that perhaps don't even have access to these things. But the impact will outlive you. Here's another reason why it is important to build a legacy: your family and your community. Building a legacy can strengthen family bonds because you're passing down values from generation to generation. You're passing down traditions from generation to generation. Type a T in the chat if you have had a tradition passed down from you because of legacy. Let me see. Let me see those people that are on here. Absolutely. Make sure you're sending it to all panelists and attendees. But those traditions, those values, guys, you know what? They become assets to future generations. And it can also benefit most importantly, the broader community by supporting these local initiatives and institutions. So the family and community aspect of a legacy is equally as important as the impact. Here's another big one: immortality. It's interesting because I got here yesterday and I was so jet lagged. It was not even funny. But as I woke up, I'm talking to my grandma and I'm like, what is one of the greatest things in these 90 years? And are you afraid? And I had to have these conversations. And I was like, are you afraid that, that time is gonna come? And she's just like, no, I know I'm always going to live on through you guys. She said, anytime somebody shows me a picture of you on stage somewhere, every time somebody shows me a picture of you traveling, a picture of you speaking somewhere, I just smile because I know that I'm immortal. She's like, your mom is immortal. Why? Because her legacy, our legacy lives through you. It is embedded in your heart. As you continue to further his kingdom, as you continue to live out your purpose, you are taking with you so many of the generational legacies, so many of the generational lessons. And she's like, and why it makes us immortal is because you have taken the good and made it great, and you continue to make it better, and your kids are going to continue to do the same. See, that a well-crafted legacy, it can transcend your entire lifetime. It ensures that your values, your achievements, your contributions are remembered and they're celebrated long after you're gone, leaving a mark on history. Number 4, if you guys are getting value from this, type of B in the chat. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Number 4, inspiration. A legacy can inspire others to follow in your footsteps, whether it's in business, whether it is in philanthropy, whether it is personal endeavors, whether you are fostering a culture of innovation, leadership, and service. But that inspiration, it's going to outlive you, because that inspiration, and it's so interesting, but it's so much things that, here in the Dominican Republic, my uncle, may God rest his soul, he was a retired general. He was one also of the most active generals that in the history of the military in the Dominican Air Force here. And he was very highly involved in sports, to the point where they have a baseball field when you're going into the Dominican Air Force base that is dedicated to him, right? In his honor, in his memory, because he was such an inspiration to these children. He was such an inspiration to grown men. And I'm just like, man, if I could just have a tidbit of that inspiration, God, that will outlive me, I will be completely satisfied. I will feel in my heart of hearts that job well done, good and faithful servant. So that inspiration is everything, because it outlives us. Personal fulfillment. Legacy, creating a legacy provides a sense of purpose. Would we agree on that? It provides a sense of fulfillment like no other. It allows us to align our actions with our values, and therefore achieving that personal fulfillment, that thing, that burning desire from within you. And I will tell you that building a legacy is essential for leaving a positive imprint on the world, fostering intergenerational connections, inspiring others, and achieving personal fulfillment. And maybe you're the person that's like, man, my experience has just not been the easiest, Pam, when it comes to legacy building. My experience has not been the easiest in, building passive income. And I want to just close it out with this. You deserve it. We all do. You're worthy of that, right? Abundance is our birthright. It is part of our inheritance, but it is time to operate in our expectation and not our experience. Breakfast has been served. This is our Breakfast Club call for Thursday, February 8th, 2024. Happy 90th birthday, Mama. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Much love to you guys. The Breakfast Club call recording will be up in the next 24 to 48 hours. It is called Chosen Global YouTube page, for those people that just asked me where you can find the recording. Sue Henny, I know you're on there. Please drop the Chosen Global YouTube link in the chat for those people that are asking. Thank you guys so much. Great day and God bless. Appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, I hope that I was able to add value to you guys. Thank you guys for joining. And I read all of your comments.